From one Kelce brother to another, let's talk about the lesser Kelce, the less decorated, but no less talented, okay, for as insufferable as his high-profile relationship with Taylor Swift is, but it's like Travis Kelce is still one of the premier tight ends, not just of his generation, but of every generation, but let's not shake a stick at the talents that Jason Kelce on the O-line provides. Like, he's also going to be a Hall of Famer. Very talented family that you have right here. And he's now soaking up the wisdom of somebody who was, okay, for people who know basketball, understand the greatness that was Shaq, but somebody who didn't get the amount of accolades that he really does deserve, like one of the greatest injustices in all of NBA history, that just also goes to show you the quality of competition that was out there. The fact that Shaq only won one MVP when he basically revolutionized the game, that's a huge goddamn miscarriage of justice. But I really like Shaq. He's a really interesting guy on top of being, you know, the dominant athlete of his generation. I think he does a lot of good in this world. It's just sometimes his advice can be a little bit flumpy. Like, there's obviously going to be some gems that we can take away from this, but then at the same time, his overt simping, yeah, there's a different problem to be addressed here, okay? So NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal is building a vast real estate empire in retirement after warning Jason Kelce to warn from his dumbass mistakes. I was an idiot, okay? If I could have had it all back, if I could have spent one of my 3 wishes on that boombox that made me a genie, made me Kazam back in the 90s, I would take it. I would do it all over again. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal has been quietly building a real estate empire despite strongly advising Jason Kelce to shy away from making dumbass mistakes. Well, both of those things, this isn't a dichotomy at play right here. No, absolutely not. You can build up a real estate empire and then also not make dumbass mistakes so you could have an even bigger empire. Like, what are we doing? On an episode of The Big Podcast, the 4-time NBA champion opened up about losing his family because of his decision making. Young Shaq, before he became entrepreneur Shaq, before he became multifaceted Shaq, kind of with the Lakers, he was kind of reckless, to say the least. He also shared how it resulted in him being in a 100,000 square foot house by himself. Well, that's kind of on you, big man. You're Shaq at the end of the day, and because you placed all of your external worth, you took your you externalized your locus of control and you put it on somebody who is as fickle as the day is long. It's kind of on you. If you're going to retire, accept it, O'Neal told the Eagle Star. Enjoy your family, brother. I made a lot of dumbass mistakes to where I lost my family. I didn't have anybody. That's not the case for you. Well, also, your kids got older and went to college. One's in LSU right now and is looking to make his own mark on professional basketball, which is kind of crazy in and of itself. So enjoy your beautiful wife. Enjoy your beautiful kids. Never dwell on what you had. You got the Super Bowl ring. People know who you are. Enjoy it. Because, again, I was an idiot. I lost my whole family. And I'm in a 100,000 square foot house by myself. It's like, talk about being ungrateful. You were, okay, and still are one of the premier athletes of your generation. I already made that clear. But also you have the business acumen that very few of your contemporaries have. Like, because he played at the time at the height of Allen Iverson, Gilbert Arenas, okay. So many guys that you can run up and down the roster sheet, not even to mention all of the, super Hall of Famers that are out there, but just guys who made hundreds of millions of dollars either through NBA contracts or through endorsement deals and made them into a total pillar of sand. Shaq, on the other hand, he was out there buying up real estate, chain restaurants, becoming a majority owner of Reebok. Instead of trying to go the luxury, we'll just go ahead and ring everybody out because they're addicted to sneakers side of fashion, he decided to go the discount side of life and carved out his own little niche with the Shaq brand. Why is he externalizing? I don't have, my family don't like me anymore. My wife left me. I was like, yeah, I understand. You got to take responsibility for doing that, but you also can't dwell on that. You're Shaq at the end of the day. Despite lamenting over a solitary lifestyle inside massive mansions, yes, we could all hope to be as caught in a tough place like Shaq inside his massive mansions. O'Neal happens to own several colossal properties. Yeah, that in which we'll take a look at some of them. That one right here. That one's in, McDonough, Georgia. That's a beautiful ass house, man. Okay. And then you got one, several properties, 9 lavish properties in Nevada, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. I don't know where that one is, but I think I would need to apply with a passport in order to get into that community. That's kind of crazy. While many details of his estate are unconfirmed, public records revealed by the Post indicate that the TNT NBA analyst, who owns 9 lavish properties across Nevada, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. Over the last 4 years, O'Neal bought 4 different homes in McDonough, Georgia, and properties combined for 30 acres of land, which could indicate an intention to build a bigger estate. That, or he's also, like I said, a very savvy businessman. Also, rent those out, or I don't know, maybe turn it into a little community with 30 acres of land. Holy. Shaq also owns a 4,600 square foot home in in Hampton, Georgia. A lot of real estate in Georgia. That's kind of crazy. A most recent purchase, a 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom estate in a Dallas suburb of Carlton, which occupies 5,200 square feet. Oh, Lord. This purchase comes months after selling his mansion in Orlando. Kind of a lateral move right there. I do love Dallas, though, by the way. Records obtained by the New York Post shows that O'Neal also owns a 6,400 square foot home in Sugar Land, Texas. Holy crap. He's not exactly slumming it with any of those locations, as you can see. Additionally, in 2021, O'Neal bought a modern, sleek estate spanning 4,800 square feet in Las Vegas, Nevada, really positioning himself well in a bunch of bustling, burgeoning, up-and-coming cities like Dallas, I think is, at least at one point in time. It was rated as the fastest growing city in the United States, and Las Vegas, there's no slouch either. And then certain suburbs of Georgia, depending on, the next few elections, and there is some kind of spillover from the vast growth in Florida. Shaq's buying up some good real estate in places where if he was to offload some of those to some incoming NBA players, it stands to make a pretty penny, especially with inflation. That's one of his places in Georgia. That's crazy, man. That right there, it'd be one of my favorites, yeah, for sure. And Shaq, if you're going to sell these ridiculous jackets, there are some people who are going to end up buying them, that's for true. Kelce received O'Neal's words of wisdom while he contemplated retiring after the Eagles' wild card loss in January. I thought that was all sewed up, but he ended up walking that stuff back. And then, of course, there was rumors of his brother wanting to go out on top, and then obviously having that easy handoff now that he's acquired the limelight with his very real, very authentic relationship that's definitely not going to explode by the end of the year with Taylor Swift going into Hollywood, as we've either just seen or will see in the very near future. Don't know when that video is going to release or not, but spoilers, Travis is going out to Hollywood. But what is Jason? The much more, he's definitely, when the spotlight's on him, he's definitely somebody to take advantage of the adulation, but the more reserved. Looks like he has a really good family. His wife doesn't really want to take that same spotlight as his brother's other half would. So at least from the outside looking in, he seems to have a pretty good setup over there. After going 11-6 this season, Philadelphia got blown out by the Tampa Bay Bucks 32-9. Yeah, and didn't they start the season at like 11-2 or 11-1 and then ended up, booting the last 5 games of the season? That's pretty tough. Yeah, O'Neal played 19 seasons in the NBA, went from the Magic to the Lakers to the Heat to the Phoenix Suns, and then he had a quick stop over, with Boston afterwards. The Cavs. I forgot the Cavs. God damn it. They played a season with LeBron. Right. I remember that. That was at the point in time where everybody was like, yeah, he's kind of falling apart. O'Neal won 3 titles in Los Angeles, and then, the one in 2006 with Miami after the three-peat. Got traded out to Miami after everything fell apart with Kobe. Aside from winning 3 Finals MVP and a regular season MVP in 2000, unbelievable. O'Neal had 15 All-Stars, 17 All-NBA selections. He's a beast, He's one of my favorites. O'Neal has 4 kids with his ex-wife, Shawnee O'Neal, and he also has a stepson with Shawnee's previous relationship. From a previous relationship. That explains his simp proclivities. Makes a lot of sense. And a daughter with his ex-girlfriend, Arnetta Yarborough. Yeah, exactly. A lot of this is starting to make sense, but don't feel bad for yourself, especially in today's day and age, the incentives for somebody to break up, If you lock down somebody the caliber of Shaq, with the current marriage laws that are on the books, you are more than incentivized to go ahead and cash in. Especially if you got 4 kids by the guy, oh my lord, you are set for life. Even if you like the dude, the incentives and the upside with divorce, with the current laws that are on the books, Like, you can reconcile at a later date and still get all of those prizes in the interim. It's absolutely crazy that's out there. You got to have an iron frame in today's day and age. Not saying that marriage is a bad idea. Doing it through the legal means is a little bit more of a trepidatious proposition. But hey, man, if Shaq is willing to go out there and, you know, start anew, or, you know what, fill that what he perceives to be a void in his life. Well, he's obviously got all of these places around the country, okay? You got plenty of places to store some bitches if you are so inclined. But funny story about Shaq. I know that he's told it on several podcasts before, but he tried to, after, I think it was after his divorce or one of his breakups or something like that, tried to get on Tinder, but he got booted and multiple profiles ended up getting banned because they didn't believe that Shaq would stoop so low as to be on Tinder. While he would take that as being, I was like, oh, I just can't even date like regular people can. Realize that you're Shaq. You are one of the most recognizable faces on planet Earth. Stop feeling bad for yourself. Go out there and get it, big man. Show the world what diesel really means. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I'm Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.